Hello everyone, it's Ola again and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on a tutorial on how to make this cute tube top with a band and a cross double crochet stitch. As you can see, it consists of a cross double crochet stitch and the normal double crochet. So I hope you like this video and let's get right into the video. Thank you. First thing first, this is the yarn I'm going to be using. It's a cotton yarn and the crochet hook is a 5.0 millimeter hook. To start our tube top, we're going to start by making a slip knot. We are going to insert our hook and we are going to chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. From the second chain from our hook, we're going to skip the first chain, and into the second chain from our hook, we are going to make a half double crochet. Now we're going to make a half double crochet into every single chain till the end of the chain to make our first row. Now we are done with our first row. We are going to chain 1 to start our second row, turn your work, and into the first stitch you insert your hook and make another half double crochet, and you make half double crochet till you reach the end of your second row. I am not going to give you a particular row to stop at because this is going to be based on your measurements. So you have to use your tape to measure around your waist to know how many rows you need for it to be enough for you. But what I will tell you is that your rows have to end in an even number. So it has to be maybe 30, 32, 34. It has to be in an even number of rows. I am going to meet you right back when I get my desired length of rows. Before I go, I just want to show you guys how your band is going to look like. This is me after some rows. I just came back to show you guys the progress of my work and how yours is meant to look like. Now I have gotten my desired length of my band and I made about 82, 82 rows. I made 82 rows for my band, and remember, like I said, yours have to be in an even number. So right now we're going to join both end of the band together. You're going to chain 1, put your hook into the first stitch at one side of the band and onto the other side of the band, yarn over, pull through, and that is how you're going to continue for the rest. So you're going to insert your hook into the second stitch and the other side too, yarn over, and you pull through. This is called a slip stitch. You're just going to do the same process till you reach your last stitch at both sides. Now we are done joining both sides together. We are going to chain 2. We're going to chain 1. Then into every row, we're going to put in a single crochet. Remember, like I said earlier, the rows in your band must be of an even number, maybe 32, 34, depending. So putting single crochets into every row is what we are meant to do. You're going to take your stitch marker and you're going to put it into the first single crochet that you make, just to mark the beginning of your chain or of your row. So now you're going to put single crochet into every row. So your single crochet is going to be the same total of your rows. So if you had 70 rows, you're going to be having 70 single crochets. And if you have whatever even number of rows you have, is going to be the same number of your single crochet. So I think my row was about 82. So I'm going to be having 82 single crochet. I'm going to continue my single crochet and I'm going to meet you when I'm done with mine. I am on the last row and I've just done my single crochet. Into the first stitch that you put your stitch marker into, you're going to remove your stitch marker and insert your hook into there. You're going to yarn over and pull through again. That is you making a slip stitch. You're going to pull your stitch marker back into that stitch, not your slip stitch, but into your first stitch. You're going to chain 2, and this is the beginning of our double crochet. You're going to turn your work and into the first stitch. You can see into the first stitch. Please be careful as there is a slip stitch and your first stitch there. So you're going to ignore the slip stitch and you're going to go into your first stitch and you're going to make your double crochet. That is going to be your first double crochet. That place you're going to put in your stitch marker. I could not find my stitch marker, so I'm using a safety pin. You use your stitch marker to mark your first double crochet. Now we are going to start with our cross stitch double crochet. You're going to skip the second stitch and into your third stitch, and into your third stitch you're going to put in your double crochet. You're going to yarn over and into that stitch that you skipped, you are going to put your double crochet, and that is how you make a cross stitch double crochet. So let's do it again. You're going to skip one stitch and into the next you're going to put in a double crochet. Then you're going to go back to that stitch that you skipped and put in a double crochet. And this is the same pattern you're going to follow till the end of your row. You're going to skip one stitch, put in a double crochet into the next, then you're going to go back to that stitch that you skipped, yarn over and put in another double crochet into that stitch that you skipped. As you can see the V and the way it crossed. I am going to leave you to continue and I'm going to continue mine till I reach the end of my row and I'll get back with you. I am at the end of my second row and we are going to end the second row with a single double crochet. You are not crossing it, you're just going to put one double crochet into the last into the last stitch. Remember you started with a single double crochet and you're going to end with a single double crochet. You are going to put in your stitch marker into the last double crochet you just made, and you're going to do a slip stitch into the first double crochet, that is the single double crochet you start with where my safety pin is, or um your stitch marker is. That is where you're going to put in your slip stitch. So you insert your hook, you yarn over, you pull through, and you pull through again. Now for your row 2, you're going to chain 2. Before that, pull back your safety pin or your stitch marker. Now you're going to chain 2 and turn your work. You turn your work, and into that stitch marker you're going to remove the stitch marker, and you're going to put back, you're going to put in there a double crochet. After putting in your double crochet, you're going to pull back your stitch marker. Now for row 2, you're not going to do any skipping, you're just going to do your normal double crochet. That means you're going to put in double crochet into every stitch. You're not going to skip, you're just going to keep putting your normal double crochet. So into your second stitch, you put in a double crochet. Into your third stitch, you put in a double crochet, just the way you normally do your double crochet. You are going to repeat row 1 and row 2 till you get your desired length, and I'm going to meet you back to do the strap. I am done with the body of my top. What I did to secure the end was do a slip stitch and a chain 1, then drag out my yarn and cut it. That was how I secured my top. And I've done one strap, so I'm going to teach you guys how to do the second strap. The first thing I did was to count my stitch and divide it into 2. So I had 82 stitch, divided it into 2, that is 41 on both sides, and I used the stitch marker as a demarcation. After that, I counted 9 stitches from the end of one side and I put in my stitch marker. Now you're going to put in your crochet hook, and you're going to take your yarn, put it round your hook and drag it in. You're going to chain 1, put your hook into that same stitch and make a single crochet. You're going to make single crochet into 5 more stitches. That is going to give you 6 stitch in total, 6 single crochet in total. For your row 2, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn your work. Now you're going to work in half double crochets into those 6 stitch. So you're going to yarn over, put in your hook, yarn over, pull through and pull through all the 3 loops. And that's how you're going to make half double crochets till the end of your row. For your row 3, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to do the same thing you did in row 2, which is your half double crochets. till the end of your row. You're going to do the same thing till you get your desired length for your strap. I did 29 rows for my strap. You're going to do what works best for you. I will leave you to do your strap. When I'm done with mine, I'll meet you on how to join the end. I am done with my 29 rows, so I'm going to show you how to join both sides together. You're going to count from the side 9 stitch, and into that the 10th stitch you're going to put in your crochet hook. You're going to drag in your yarn, and you're going to adjust the strap to the body of your top to be comfortable. Then you're going to put in your crochet hook into the first stitch, of your strap, and you are going to make a single crochet. You're going to make in a single crochet. You're going to do the same thing for the rest. So you're going to put um your your crochet hook into the body and the strap, and you're going to make a single crochet. So this is the fifth one and the sixth one, which is the last one. Once you're done, you're going to do a chain one, and you're going to drag your yarn. You're going to cut it off. You're going to cut enough strap to be able to weave in your end, to be able to secure your strap well. I can't find my scissors, so I decided to use this cutter. This is me weaving in my end, and you're going to do the same for all the threads that are hanging out. This is going to help you secure your project and also going to make your top neater. And that is all for this project. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you like your top. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.